can't truly walk in mutual affection until we have learned to prefer others above ourselves. And I mean this. This is something we need to think about. In the maturing and preferring others above yourself, we need to think about the fact that you can't prefer your brother above yourself if you are constantly worried about your own gratification and your own needs met. You have to be mature enough that you're not living for your needs, so that you're not coming into a relationship just to get your desires, your needs met, yourself fulfilled. We have to walk into those relationships wanting to give into the relationship. And I hear all this stuff, books like His Needs, Hers, and Her Needs, books like, Five Love Languages and all that good stuff. Fine. That's great stuff to learn how to do human relationship. It's humanism, and it's understanding human needs or whatever. That's fine. You can do that inside of human understanding, and you can do it inside of, the human way of doing things, and you get a certain distance. But it's not what I'm talking about here. When we are fulfilled by God, then God is the one that refills us. When we walk in maturity in relationship with God, we don't go into every relationship around us going, oh my goodness, I need to get my needs met. Where can I get my needs met? We're not looking around in the landscape of relationships trying to get our needs met. Our needs are already met in Him. And then we find ourselves going into a relationship desiring for the best for others. We want to see them become the best version of themselves. We want to see them become successful. We want to see them fulfilled. We realize that fulfillment can't come from us, so we don't attach them to ourselves, which some people have a need to have people attached to them, and that causes dependencies that are unhealthy. We're not talking about that. We're not trying to attach them to ourselves. We're literally attempting to get them attached to the vine. A true, healthy maturity in relationships has capacity that's been given to them from the Lord. And then they walk in the relationships and they start looking at everyone around thinking, how can I help this person find their connection to the Lord, the one that gives us life and capacity, and how can I help them grow in that so that they have the capacity to do the same? That's what's got to happen before mutual affection will even work. And even before that can happen, we have to be in a place where we can forgive ourselves for stuff that we've done. God forgives us, and we may have a past, but if He lets it go and we don't, and we keep going back to that, it's just not going to work. It's as if the prodigal son decided to go back to the pigsty. Why would he ever do that over and over? I mean, he eats at his father's table and he comes back and he's been redeemed. If he were to leave that table of the fatted calf and go back to the pigsty food, that would be the same kind of thing. We can't do that. Once we sit at the table again with the Lord, once we have His table and that fatted calf is killed, there's no more pigsty for us. We can't have the capacity for a relationship with others to what it needs to be if we're not finding that capacity from the Father's table, not the pigsty. Folks, those of us who are filling up on the pigsty, whatever it is, whether it's the, humanism or relationship teachings or self-help junk or pornography that gets us stirred up in lusts or anything, that all of those things are very base, nasty, fleshy ways of working up emotion and very low-level relationship. It's not really relationship at the core. It's not really love. We need to redefine what love is, because love doesn't have, we can't actually redefine it in the first place. Love is a person, and even though it's been redefined over and over in our era since the 1960s and on, love stands apart from our definitions. And He is a person. He has certain characteristics. He has certain personality and ways. And it doesn't matter what we say or believe. He is who He is. We need to know Him, and He will give us definition. And that's the truth. But anyway, I'll come back to that. That's just thoughts for this sermon.